I'm Alan Liu. What is the broader profile of the humanities in society as represented in media discourse, by comparison, for example, to other disciplines such as the sciences? We studied many collections of media that the W1S project collected with the aid of topic models that assist us in understanding the structure of media discourse and guide us to individual articles to read. One key finding in a collection of articles about the humanities and sciences that we took away is that the humanities appear to the public to be siloed in universities, unlike the sciences. The major topics featuring the humanities in collections of media discourse tend to be littered with words like programs, lectures, departments, curricula. To the public, we appear to orbit very tightly around a little black hole of the academy. This is different for the sciences, which are only loosely tethered to the academy and public consciousness. Topic 68 is about astrophysics, 48 earth science, 22 marine science, 120 DNA and gene science. These appear to the public to be fascinating fields unto themselves, and it's partly, among other reasons, another key finding of ours, because the public likes to take its science with objects, the bigger or stranger, the better. Science has objects of study that serve them very capably as, let's call them ambassadors of the sciences to public awareness outside the academy. So what are the bridging concepts, values, practices, and yes, objects too, that the humanities might use to bridge from the academy to the public, whether those objects be abstract or concrete? Susan Lee Starr has a very nice concept for such objects. She calls them boundary objects. Boundary objects are objects that are both plastic enough to adapt to local needs and the constraints of the several parties employing them, yet robust enough to maintain a common identity across sites. They're weakly structured in common use and become strongly structured in individual site use. That means an object of study like literature can be very tightly developed and disciplined within the academy, for example, by literary critics, but if they are to serve as ambassadors, can cross the interface of the public as loosely structured understandings of literature that can then be developed in other sectors of understanding in their own ways. What are the bridge concepts, values, practices, and objects that can serve the humanities in this way?
I'm Malinda Hackett. Our research indicates that the public views books as one of the primary objects with which they engage in the humanities. This is evidenced in our study of the models, specifically with topics that cover suggested reading lists, literary awards and announcements, book reviews, and author profiles. Alternatively, another way that the public engages with the humanities is through more abstract representations, such as those found online, particularly with online discussion boards and social media platforms. So for example, Reddit forums contain critical analyses of the musical Hamilton, or a Facebook page, as indicated in topic 193, discusses theory through an academic lens. We found in our research that both the abstract and the concrete are equally valuable to the public when they are thinking about their own engagement with a humanities-like practice.
I'm Tarika Sankar. So in addition to the humanities objects that we find the public interacts with, we also found that the humanities are embedded in the rhythms of everyday life, appearing often in obituaries, wedding announcements, and notices of events, awards, and grants. For example, an obituary may mention that the deceased was a professor of humanities. Our news item may announce the appointment of a new provost with a background in the humanities. We also saw the humanities appear in announcements of local culture and arts events. So especially in comparison to the sciences and a broad view of US news discourse, the humanities are the cosmic background radiation of life. They are an unseen but necessary infrastructure of society. So though the humanities are seen as primarily an academic endeavor, when they do travel outside the university, it is through these happenings and activities of everyday life.
I'm Amy Windham, and we found that the humanities as a whole are used as boundary objects to help the public understand science and technology. These objects, which include books and media, are used in academic settings to provide a deeper understanding of core concepts, but also the accurate portrayal of science and humanities-based entertainment brings scientific terminology and concepts into everyday life. For example, topic 61 in collection 21 shows that science fiction novels and television shows like Star Trek introduce ideas such as faster than light travel to the public, while concepts like string theory have become intertwined with popular culture following appearances on widely consumed television shows. A similar result is found in topic 221 in collection 18, which shows that novels are used to explain real-life technological advancements and scientific issues such as climate change.
The humanities, they need a bridge from the academy to the public, but properly developed, they themselves can serve as a bridge between the academy and the public.